Nature, on my show, we do a little thing called Nature Messing You Up. Nature will mess you up. Because it will. Is that you? That is me.
That was awesome.
That was good.
Nature will mess you up. And in this, I do. I will do all kinds of wacky stuff. Because I talk about nature because I'm in nature a lot. But I recognize when I go certain areas in nature, I fall down the food chain. Okay? Do we recognize this, everybody? Or we joke about the bear thing the other day, and then everybody's like, I could fight a bear, but I could beat a bear. At least people are being honest. So nature will mess you up. And in less than 90 days, 3 fatal shark attacks in the place that, as Bell coins it, that wants to kill you from the minute you get off the plane, Australia. And yesterday morning, our time, a young woman was killed, 17. She just went to her prom the whole night. And it's in Australia right now. It is summertime, so it's very warm over there. They spend their what we think winter is in the oceans, like Santa Claus surfs, like that's the kind of thing. And she was attacked.
A surf lifesaver since she was just 8 years old, Charlize Samuda was devoted to saving lives on this beach, only to lose her own here. From her dad, Steve.
I had so many people come up and say that kid is so talented as a singer, and that as a dad it made me so proud.
The 17-year-old had just started year 12 last Friday.
Tomorrow is my first day of high school.
Described as a one-off, dedicated, musically gifted.
To have that talent taken away right now as a dad kills me.
Yeah, it would be. And here's the thing. There's been, I grew up in Southern California. I surfed. One of the big things about, hey, why California is so cool is, at least back in my day, is we'd surf in the morning and we could be snowboarding in the afternoon or skiing. It's a hard life to find anywhere else on the earth that you can do that. But we always used to say, we know there's sharks out here, but now with drones, it's given everybody a whole new perspective that they're not just out there. They're like, look at that. I think I'd bite that one. I think I'd bite that one. You guys want to get on the news? I'm going to bite that one. This, though, was this ferocious.
At Warren Beach this morning, they laid flowers in the surf. Charlize had been 100 metres offshore, 4:45 p.m. Friends nearby at the time.
I could hear screaming. Next minute, all hell broke loose.
She suffered catastrophic upper body injuries.
Look, it's had a huge impact on the life-saving community right around Australia.
It happened on Bribie Island, 70 kilometres north of Brisbane. There have been attacks here before.
Just sitting waiting for a set, and something come up underneath me.
This Australia's third shark fatality in 6 weeks.
Given the season and the location, it is most probably a bull shark.
But from Charlize's parents, a plea.
We don't want people to stop coming to the beach.
With the state's 36,000 volunteers now mourning the loss of one of their own.
People don't realise how strong the red and yellow is.
And that is their surf, their Hawaii 5-0 kind of surf, we have the red for our lifeguards. That's theirs. It is scary. If you've ever been to certain places, you have no idea how big a great white shark is. You have no idea how big many animals are. The bull shark has more testosterone than a bull elephant and a rhino, a male rhino. Think about that. And this bit her entire chest off. There was a guy that was surfing on the 3rd of January. They saw him being attacked, and they never found the rest of his body. So they knew it was a great white. And I say this jokingly, but it's sad. It's horrific. But you need to know where you are on the food chain. You do. And it's weird, we're nowhere near water. Yeah, but you know what? We go out. We go out into all kinds of things. We're not too far from the coast. Little day drive. How long does it take to get to the coast from here?
Not too many hours. How long is it down?
Depending on which one you're going to.
Yeah, if you're going to the Gulf of Mexico, 3 hours?
Gulf of America.
Yeah, you can get down there about 4 or 5 hours, something like that.
And if you go to Carolinas, it's probably roughly the same, something like that.
See?
It's more like 9.
Is it?
Yep.
Man, I'd speed.
Yeah, no. You just got to be careful, people. Whether you're out in the woods, right?
Ken's back there trying to get me arrested.
I know. Look at that. Whether you're out in the woods or you're driving with Belle, you got to be careful. But here's something else. One of the reasons these things grab our attention is the same reason that accidents happen with planes and it grabs our attention. Because it doesn't happen every day. Well, maybe in Australia, but elsewhere it doesn't. It doesn't happen every day. It happens very rarely that you see this. More people will die from wasps than this. But it is scary because there's a side of us that can't imagine not being top of the food chain.
And because of that, you have no concept of what it means to be eaten alive.
Which has to be just like
horrific.
Yeah, and it's, the thing with a shark is it has no thumbs, for those of you not keep score. So how it sees what you're like is it takes a bite.
Yeah, it's checking, but you're bleeding out. But
when it hits you, and depending on what it was, this bull shark bit her, it was pretty bad. The great white shark that hit that guy, it was ferocious from what I understand. He had no chance. And then there was another guy who had his neck basically ripped off, who's spearfishing, which I wouldn't, if you told me I'm going to give you $1 million, you got to spearfish right here in Australia for a day. I'm like, sorry, I'll keep playing the lottery. Like there are better things that I can do than to go down below. So just recognize we as human beings, there's something weird about the fact that we're not top of the food chain without a gun. And when we're in a place like the ocean, we are not only not top of the food chain, we're not even good. We're floppy and just ridiculous. Think about how fast Michael Phelps swims, and that's a joke. They wouldn't like him, though. He's too bony.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough fat on his body.
He doesn't. And he's probably, all the weed and everything.
Can you imagine a great white's like, man, I just ate this swimmer and I feel really weird now.
I got to eat it again. I'm starving. You guys hungry too? Oh, my Lord.